Good morning. This announcement is for the week of October the 15th through the 21st. Chapter 7, Advanced Formatting and Merging Publications. It's also the last chapter that we will do in Publisher, as we will work on infographics the remainder of the semester. So in this chapter, you're going to work on merging data files with publications. It requires several different documents because you have a document that you start with on your screen, and then you input a data source or you import a data source from maybe Access, or you can create one right there in Publisher, but you need that data source to be able to merge your document. Your course objectives or chapter objectives are the ones that you should be able to use at the end of this chapter. You'll also do some advanced formatting, such as on the master page. We discussed master pages a week ago, so you should have a little familiarity with them at this point. You'll recolor and compress graphics. Like I said, some advanced formatting. You'll explain character spacing techniques like tracking and kerning characters. Those are character space techniques. You'll use the measurement toolbar to edit a character spacing, set tab stops. You'll produce a form letter. This is where merging comes in. And use the Mail Merge Wizard to create form letters. You'll create and edit a data source. You'll use grouped field codes, select and filter code records in a data source, insert field codes and preview results, and you'll print selected copies, but you're printing to a file to submit online. Start with reading the chapter, and I highly recommend working through the tutorials within the chapter as you're reading. And then you have 3 assignments at the end of the chapter. Your discussion. In this discussion, you're going to discuss tracking, scaling, and auto-fitting. These are character spacing techniques that we use in desktop publishing, and you'll also discuss proportional spacing and monospacing and what the limitations are in monospacing. All important topics and terminology in desktop publishing. You'll do assignment 7, apply your knowledge, extend your knowledge, and the lab. So in your textbook, and apply your knowledge, you have a data file, apply 7.1 address list, which is a data source. So what you're going to do is open the publication that's named Invoice from the data files, save it. The same folder you have the address list on, and then you're going to save it with the file name, adding the word complete at the end of it. You'll be doing some changes in the actual file, such as changing the kerning, which is one of the terms you learn in this chapter, inputting the date, and really following the Mail Merge Wizard that is online. It makes it pretty easy, but the first time you go through, there could be mistakes. So if it doesn't look exactly right, I highly recommend doing it again. It'll go faster the second time, but it's easy to make mistakes that first time you go through it. You do not have to answer number 15. But you do need to submit the files as specified by your instructor, which I'd like for you to turn in both the data source and the completed file. In extending your knowledge, you're going to be filtering and sorting a recipient list on this one. Shows you what it should look like at the end. And that's one you're not doing. And you're doing, in the lab, you're doing creating an address list. You're creating an 8.5 by 11 publication. You're going through the mail merge and you're typing a new list. And you're creating or connecting to a recipient list link. And you're going to customize those columns. So just follow the instructions on the book. Again, it helps to have done the tutorial within the chapter. It helps to run through it more than once. And you'll be saving that list and submitting it after you have finished customizing it. Again, don't do number 12, not necessary. And when it says print, you're printing to a file that you're turning in. Let me know if you have any questions and have a great week. Don't forget to do the quiz. The project is due next week, so all of next week you'll be working on the project for chapters 5, 6, and 7 before we move on to infographics.